Welcome back to RamZland. Today I want to show you how to make your own Kalliroscope by using powdered mica to make rheoscopic fluid. Check this out. For this investigation, I'm using different kinds of flasks. An Erlenmeyer flask, a round bottom flask. This is a beaker that I'm gonna heat up with some water. I'm using different kinds of powdered mica that I just got off Amazon. It's really quite inexpensive, and I'm just gonna mix this with water to create my Kalliroscope. So the Kalliroscope was invented in the late 1960s by Paul Matisse. He was the grandson of the French master painter and sculptor Henri Matisse. Kalliroscopes are really helpful in illustrating fluid dynamics, whether you're looking at patterns in the weather or even looking at a spiral galaxy in outer space. The first step to make your Kalliroscope is to create rheoscopic fluid. So I have a flask that's filled with water, and I'm just slowly pouring in mica powder. And as that mica powder spreads out in the fluid, as it turns in a circle, it starts to reflect the light outside the flask. And that light, as it reflects off the mica powder, allows you to see the flow pattern and the fluid dynamics of the water as it swirls around in the flask. And it just becomes more and more visible as light reflects off the mica swirling in the water. Now, I'm also really curious to see if rheoscopic fluid will show the fluid dynamics of a convection current. So I added some gold mica powder to this round bottom flask. I'm going to heat up this beaker until it gets really hot, and then I'm going to rest the flask right on the beaker and see if a convection current will appear in the rheoscopic fluid. Check this out. So at this point, you can definitely see convection currents as heat causes those little particles of mica to rise in the solution. When they get to the top of the flask, they start to cool and fall again in those circular convection patterns that you can see. Little bits of mica rising and falling over and over again in these beautiful convection currents in your Kalliroscope. I hope you enjoyed today's edition of RamZland, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this presentation, be sure to remember to like and subscribe.